Viresh Joshi is having a chat with HDFC, their broker, to buy shares of Gland Pharma for Axis Mutual Fund. Here he is asking HDFC for the best available price. At 14:56, he tells him to ready the block. Ready kar block. Gland done. To summarize, 2,84,449 shares bought at 3644.95 each. Hey folks, Rachana Ranade here and I welcome you all to a very important video. Now if you remember when I did a video on Parag Parikh Mutual Fund, that was the time when I received a lot of comments from you wherein you requested me to do a separate video about Axis Mutual Fund. And what do you think? One person might have told this to me. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Control. Exactly, those were the number of requests that I got for this video. Now to be honest, if I were to analyze Axis Mutual Fund, it has two facets. Number one, it is about the financial performance of the fund house and about the various schemes of that fund house. And number two facet is about the scam in the Axis Mutual Fund. As far as the financial performance is concerned, I think it is very easy to understand. You all are pro enough to just read a blog and understand about the underperformance. So don't forget to check out this blog on our website www.rachanaranade.com. And as far as the scam is concerned, here starts the real story. In May 2022, there were whispers around the market about an audit being conducted by SEBI in a front-running case. The main accused was a dealer who was painting the town red in a Lamborghini. 2 months later, that is in July 2022, there was an IT raid at the premises of Mr. Viresh Joshi, who was the chief dealer of Axis Mutual Fund, and he was found in possession of a Lamborghini car. 7 months later, that is on February 28th, 2023, SEBI barred Viresh Joshi and 19 others in a front-running case linked to a mutual fund house. But then what's a front-running case? That's how SEBI defines a front-running case. But just to simplify this entire explanation, it is nothing but using non-public information. Of what? Of an upcoming substantial order. And what does a person do with it? That person will buy the same securities with an intention that when this substantial order is placed, the price will rise and the person will stand to benefit out of it. I hope based on these three major highlights, you have understood the key points in the entire story. But I'm sure you would want to learn more about this in detail. So let's get started. So let me tell you how a regular day at a fund house looks like. Here is a fund manager who is responsible to take all the investment decisions about a scheme. So basically the fund manager will take a decision about which stock to buy, when to buy, at what price, which one is to be sold and what not. But is he the person who is going to take the actual trades? He's not going to deal in the shares. What he does is he passes on the information to the dealer who is going to be responsible for execution of these trades. But how will he communicate these things to the dealer? For that, there is a Bloomberg order management system, which is nothing but like a software through which this communication is done. Now, the dealer, when he receives the information, either executes these orders through a single broker or through multiple brokers. This dealer is the one who is going to ensure that the execution happens smoothly at the best possible price and also decides the timing within which these shares are going to be either bought or sold. One important point is that both the fund manager and the dealer are under tight surveillance. They are not allowed to use their personal mobile phones or email IDs while at office. This entire area is highly secured and this is ensured that no information is leaked out. Now with such tight security, how could a front-running case would have ever happened? Well, it all started during the pandemic when Axis AMC had installed the Bloomberg trading terminal in the laptops of all the dealers so that they could place the orders from their residences. Pandemic was a restriction for some, but for few, it was an opportunity. But how? Mr. Viresh Joshi hatched a scheme to make some money through front running. In September 2021, he approached Sumit Desai, his friend and a market operator who was also known as Pintu Bhai, to arrange for some trading accounts through which the stock market transactions could be front run. Now you might be aware of the fact that there are some people who open their demat and trading account and they give that access of their accounts to the broker or their dealer so that they can trade in these accounts. Well, it was the responsibility of Pintu Bhai to find out such accounts so that the suspicion could be the least. Pranav Vora, a new person in the story, but an old friend of Mr. Desai. Mr. Desai contacted him and gave him the task of finding more such accounts and a trading terminal for him. Within a month, Pranav Vora got hold of suitable trading accounts from Marfatia Trading Company so as to make the most out of this situation. Desai then brought Prijesh plan hatched by Joshi, Desai and Vora, a trading terminal belonging to Marfatia stockbroking company, was installed in Dubai on Kurani's computer that enabled him to punch in the trades. Kurani went a step further. Aside from placing orders in the accounts of the two stockbrokers, he also did similar front running in his own family members' accounts. So Viresh, the Jadugar, carried a personal mobile number with him that was not registered with the mutual fund and used to pass the information of the upcoming trades by Axis Mutual Fund through this device. This was only possible because of the lack of surveillance during pandemic. Now Viresh Joshi also had to ensure that before trades are taken in the account of Axis Mutual Fund, a small window is created within which he could pass on the information to Prijesh Kurani either through FaceTime or through Botim so that Prijesh could first take the trades and then these trades would be placed in the account of Axis Mutual Fund. Well, sometimes Mr. Joshi would himself take the trades in both the accounts. Which two accounts? The accounts of Axis Mutual Fund and the second in the accounts wherein he had to do the front running. Now let's have a look at the extract of few chats which were recorded on the Bloomberg Portal between Mr. Viresh Joshi and the brokers. Viresh Joshi is having a chat with HDFC, their broker, to buy shares of Gland Pharma for Axis Mutual Fund. Here he is asking HDFC for the best available price. At 14:56, he tells him to ready the block. Ready kar block? Yes. Wait. Okay. BSE 3645 kar. Okay, we are ready. Go ahead. Okay. Stand full quantity. In. Yes. Full quantity. Stand. Standing on BSE. Stand. Gland done. To summarize, 2,84,449 shares bought at 3644.95 each. But then how is this front running? For this to happen, he should have ideally bought the shares before Axis Mutual Fund could have bought the shares in the accounts operated by him. So for that, let's have a look at the chats with Motilal Oswal that happened simultaneously. Here you can see that he has made an inquiry for Gland Pharma but for the account personally managed by him. Here you can see that Viresh is bargaining with Motilal Oswal for the best available price at 14:39, almost 16 minutes before the chat with HDFC for Axis Mutual Fund. At 14:44, he asks Motilal if they can make it possible at 3630 and Motilal responds that they can try. 14:50, Motilal says, I'm ready on BSE. Viresh took confirmation and gave a go-ahead at 14:52. The entire deal was executed at 14:55. Motilal even goes out to say, "We power, we dhamaka," and thanks him for the deal. At 15:11, Motilal just gives a heads up to Viresh that another block deal is going on for Gland at 3645. But then who was executing the second block deal? It was being done again by Viresh Joshi for Axis Mutual Fund from HDFC. And this shows that Mr. Viresh Joshi took trades in the accounts operated by him before placing the order on behalf of Axis Mutual Fund. But then is this it? Do you have any idea about the total amount of wrongful gains? For that, have a look at this. The wrongful gain for Marfatia Group totaled to 9 crore 49 lakhs while they traded through the accounts of Nishil, Olga Trading, Bhavin Shah and Rupal. The subtotal for Woodstocks was 14 crore 7 lakhs wherein they traded through the accounts of Vista Capital Partners. For Kurani Group, the wrongful gains amounted to almost 7 crores. Trades done through Dharini, Rekha, Bharti and MKB. The total amount of wrongful gains was 30 crore 55 lakhs 89,668. Now, in December 2021, Joshi's brother and his father went to Dubai to complete the setting up of a company specially incorporated in Dubai on behalf of Joshi. The ill-gotten gains were transferred to the bank account of this company. And now the grand finale question. How did these people get caught? Because of a whistleblower complaint. Mr. Bhavan Shah, who had lent his trading account to Marfatia Stock Broking, had a suspicion. So he sent an email on 19th January 2022 to various regulatory agencies along with Mr. Joshi in the CC. Interestingly, this email was found by Axis Mutual Fund from the inbox of official email address of Mr. Viresh Joshi during their internal investigation. And after this, several things happened. And if you want to know more about this case in detail, it's almost a 100-pager document that SEBI has published. So I'm going to give the link of that document in the description box below. Well, going back to where we started the video, there were two parts about this Axis Mutual Fund thing. The very first one was about the financial statements, and for that, as I mentioned, I've already written a blog. But as far as the scam is concerned, I thought that I should tell this case in detail to you so that you also get a fair enough understanding of this, and I hope I have done fair enough justice for that as well. Well, now coming to the final conclusion as to what am I going to do. I am not going to put any fresh inflows into this mutual fund, but whatever money I have already invested, I'm not going to immediately withdraw it until further orders of SEBI come up, because SEBI has clarified that there are parallel and separate proceedings in progress at SEBI which are at different stages of investigation, and that too involving different entities. I hope you enjoyed this entire video, but before I conclude this video, a big thumbs up to SEBI authorities, because they have written a very well drafted report, and whatever WhatsApp chats or Bloomberg chats that I showed in this video are very well mentioned in the report of SEBI itself. If you loved this video, don't forget to share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to smash the like button. And if you want to know more about the underperformance of PPFAS, you can click here. And if you want to know more about the yield curve inversion, you can click here. Till then, take care, Jai Hind, and bye-bye.